I am super excited about today's video because I'm going to be sharing with you guys the things that I would do differently if I were starting an Etsy shop in 2022. So this is going to be a value-packed video with tips and tricks on getting started on Etsy the right way. That's going to help you fast track your results and start making money as little as your first month. So if you're thinking of starting an Etsy shop in 2022 and don't know where to start, make sure to grab a pen and paper because by the end of this video, you will have actionable steps that you could start implementing today. Hi, and welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Nancy and I help small business owners turn their passions into profits. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for weekly videos and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you are the first one notified of any new video. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Tip number one is know your why. Now, the reason why I wanted to start with this tip is that when you first decide to open your Etsy store, you are going to feel scared. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You might start experiencing self-doubt, especially if you're not making money right away. And you need to remind yourself of why you started your Etsy business in the first place so you don't give up after a couple of months. And it's important to write down your why and keep it somewhere where you see it all the time. And it's going to be different for everyone. When I first started my digital marketing career 11 years ago, was strictly because I hit rock bottom. I had to stop going to school. I went through a foreclosure, lost my home. I therefore filed bankruptcy as well. It was the hardest time of my life. I was 24 years old. I didn't have the help or support of anyone. And my why then is still the same why as now, which is having financial freedom. And that's what helped me to keep pushing and learning how to make money online, even after years of not making money online. And today I'm proud to say that I'm debt-free. I'm building my dream home. And the best part, I am my own boss. No one can fire or let me go. So that's why you need to know your why before you even start. Tip number two is do market research. I know I talk about this all the time. It is crucial to do market research when selling on Etsy to make sure that your idea is going to be profitable. The main reason why many Etsy sellers fail is because they skip this part and they take it upon themselves to wing it by adding all sorts of products. They didn't do market research and they end up wasting so much valuable time. So market research doesn't have to be complicated. Just write down the list of products that you would like to sell on Etsy and then start researching them. Research each idea on Etsy, or you could use tools like eRank or Marmalade. And you could find your top competitors and see if they're making a profit on Etsy. How long have they been open? And then take it one step further by researching, do they have a large social media following? Do they have a website? Would it be a realistic goal to compete with this store? These are determining factors that you will use to validate your product ideas. But you need to make sure that you do this step before even opening your Etsy store. After you find the product that you want to sell, you want to really create a unique product. And it really starts with an irresistible, unique product that's going to cater to a specific market. So it's not about reinventing the wheel and creating a product from scratch. I'm not saying that. How can you take a profitable product in the Etsy marketplace and make it better than your competitors? And you need to evaluate your products and ask yourself the following questions. Why will customers buy from you? How is your product better than the competition? What are their main pain points that you are solving? Now, if you can't answer these questions about your products, you need to focus on this before proceeding with anything else. And if you're having a hard time adding your unique selling proposition, you could do the following. Find who are your top 3 competitors, what are they offering, what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, and use that information to make your product better than theirs. Now, if you're looking to accelerate the growth of your Etsy business a lot quicker, then grab my Etsy Mastery course, in which you will learn the exact steps needed to be taken to start, manage, and scale your Etsy shop to a full-time income. I'm going to leave the link right below for more details. The next tip I have for you is start an email list. That's the biggest mistake I made. If I had to start all over again, I will have my email list set up from day one. You need to have systems in place, and one of them is email marketing. Unfortunately, not every person who visits your store is going to buy the first time around. So you need to make sure that your marketing efforts don't go to waste. So whether you're driving traffic to your shop from SEO, social media, family and friends, or everything, what's going to happen to the people that don't buy the first time around? They bounce, right? They leave. They never come back. So if you have your email list and you're proactively promoting it in your Etsy store, in social media, and anywhere else that you promote your shop, this is going to start helping you capture their emails. So you could remarket to them at a later time once you build a relationship with them and you nurture them through an email sequence of some sort. But that's what you need. And if you need help setting up your lead magnet, I actually have an email list video that I actually show you the process of creating one. So I will leave the link right below this video if you want to watch it. But you definitely want to have an email list in place, because not every single person that comes in contact with your store is gonna buy the first time around. So you want to capture them as a lead, so that potentially once you start nurturing them, creating a relationship with them, hopefully they'll buy from you the second or third time around. The next tip I have for you is consider doing a launch for your Etsy store. Now, I'm going to be really realistic with you. This is going to take a lot of work, but it's going to be such a great thing for your Etsy store, especially if you don't have an audience. And you might be asking yourself, well, how do I create a launch if I don't have an audience, right? But the first thing is realizing great things take time, and don't rush to the process of creating the store. So the first thing you need to do is just focus on creating a robust line of products that cater to a specific audience. And I recommend at least starting with 10 products to start. The next step is to make sure that your Etsy shop is optimized for higher conversions. So make sure you have everything completed. Have a professional logo, or create one in Canva. You don't have to spend tons of money, but just have a logo. Make sure you have a nice banner. Make sure you have filled out your About Me section. You have amazing photos, that you have a beautiful profile picture of yourself. Your shop policies are set in place, that you have your email list set in place as well. You have written enticing listing description, and just make sure that overall your store looks complete. It doesn't look half done, right? Make sure it looks professional. And after you have fully optimized your Etsy store, you want to decide if you're going to do a 15-day or 30-day launch. This is ultimately your choice. I personally would do a 30-day because it gives me more time to build up like a fan base, but it's really up to you and the time that you have. So what you're going to do is you're going to start posting on social media about how your product solves a problem. And stop selling the product itself. Just focus on selling the benefits of your product. So remember, customers don't care about your product or services features. Instead, they want to know what you sell, how it would benefit them. So you could turn a prospective customer into a buying customer when you focus on the benefits. So you want to build up anticipation before your launch. So you're going to post every single day on social media. You could pick one platform. I will say Instagram will be the best one, or easily reshare your content on multiple platforms. So my recommendation is, if you feel like you just want to do one platform, you're overwhelmed, just do Instagram. If you could do multiple, I would do multiple as well, because you could easily reshare the same content that you put on Instagram on Facebook and other platforms. It's really simple. You're just resharing. So it really depends on how comfortable you feel, how much time you have. I would do multiple, but if not, just start with one. Now, the different types of posts that you could create to kind of like build anticipation and excitement is, you could do countdown posts. So you could say like 1 day left, or 3 days left, or 10 more days. You could do quotes relevant to your niche. You could do testimonials if you have any. Maybe you sold before in a different platform. You could do posts that sells the benefits of your product. Make sure that you also have a post for the wait list. Create a wait list where people could join the wait list, so they could be the first one to be notified of when you launch your Etsy store. You could do a sneak peek post. So you could do like behind the scenes, you creating the product, or you could do behind the scenes of your Etsy store if you wanted to. You could do a post about launching soon. You could do, again, behind the scenes. And then the last one I would say is meet the maker. Maybe talk about who you are as the maker, or talk about your brand. These are different types of posts that you could do every single day. Just alternate between them to create this anticipation. Now, this is a great way to build traction and to start building your fan base from day one, because as you're posting these posts, you're also going to be connecting with people. You're going to be using hashtags that are relevant to your products and services. You're going to start seeing people start following you. You're going to connect with them. You're going to go and do stories. You're going to go and send DMs to them if they ask you questions. These are things that you're going to have to be very proactive of doing. And it does take a little bit of work, but it is amazing when you do it. And during the launch, you should redirect every single person. Every single post should be a redirect to your waitlist landing page, where they could sign up to be the first one notified when you launch your shop. So you want to make sure that you add a call to action on every single post where you redirect them to that landing page. That's what you want to do. Don't redirect them to your store. You redirect them to your landing page. Now, as a pro tip, as prospective buyers start joining your wait list, you also want to make sure that you create an email sequence where you build up more anticipation about the new products you are about to launch. So as these people start joining the wait list, they're going to start receiving emails automatically from you about the benefits of your product, who you are, why, they should be excited, how this product solves any problems that they have. This is how you build up all of this anticipation, and it's going to require a lot of planning, a lot of work from the upfront before you even make any money. But this is the fastest way to build a fan base, get tons of people to visit your shop during your launch day, and make tons of sales as a new seller. Now, if you already have an audience, this is going to be a lot easier for you than someone that doesn't have an audience. But this is something that you could do once and redo all the time when you have a new product, when maybe you open a different store in the future. But it is a great way to get your sales, or get sales in the first month right away. But it does require a little bit of work from the upfront. So just keep that in mind. The next tip I have for you is Google Analytics. Connect your Etsy shop to Google Analytics. It's free. This is a third-party tracking tool that shows you the volume of traffic that goes from anywhere, from Pinterest to your Etsy store, from Google to your Etsy store. Is really, really great. I highly recommend it, because the more you know about your business, the easier it's going to be for you to scale your Etsy store. I'm going to leave a link below this video in the description box, where it gives you step-by-step on how to connect your Etsy store with Google Analytics. Another thing I recommend is running Etsy ads. I didn't really do this in the beginning when I started my Etsy store. And if it's within your budget, running Etsy ads is a great way to get tons of eyeballs to your products. And this is going to be a good indicator to see how people resonate with your products. And strategically, what you want to do is look at your top competitors and compete with them by reducing your pricing and potentially getting, tons of sales in a short time. And therefore, that's going to help you with your listing quality score and potentially become a bestseller. And I do recommend getting your prices back up afterwards. This is more of a strategy to win rankings in the search placement. That's all it is. And then once you rank high because you had a lot of engagement, a lot of people clicking, a lot of people buying, you will rank for terms a lot higher than your competitors. Then you could go ahead and bump up your prices again. So just in the beginning, when you're launching a new product, doing this is very strategic. It's a strategic plan that will help you get more ranking, more sales, and then eventually be in the top feed, which is where everybody wants to be. And this one is really important. Hire help and manage time. So when I first started on Etsy, I underestimated how time-consuming adding a listing can be. And if you're not good at photography, if you're not good at taxes or writing your listing description or Etsy SEO, hire help. Don't waste time on tedious things that someone else could do for you. And this is going to help you free up more time for you to create more products and focus on other business areas. If you're not as unfortunate to hire someone for help, then make sure that you work on managing your time. So when you are in business for yourself, it's important to discipline your time. You need to set a basic schedule or framework of what needs to be completed within a specific period of time. You should be hard on yourself by not letting yourself procrastinate or do anything. And developing self-discipline can help you have more leisure time, which enables you to improve your work, your life balance long term. And ultimately, self-discipline is the ability to do what you should do, even, right, if you don't feel like doing it. So without self-discipline, it will be tough to keep up with the many tasks of growing an Etsy business, which is so many of them. And you need to ask yourself the following questions. How are you keeping track of your time? When your time is up on individual tasks, are you stopping? Are you easily distracted? Do you find yourself wasting time online, like on Instagram, scrolling, looking at other people's photos? These things you have to be aware of because it will help you become more productive and not feel overwhelmed by not managing your time correctly. The last thing you want to do is start a new Etsy business and a month into it start feeling like giving up because it's too much to handle. And often Etsy sellers feel this way because they have no structure or systems in place. So there you have it. All the things that I would do if I started an Etsy store from scratch. Now, I am an open book, so if you have any questions, please leave them below. No matter how small or how big they are, I'll be more than happy to help. And thanks for watching.